Hello everyone. So today we are here to discuss the concept of Boolean algebra, and we will start with the introduction. So this Boolean algebra is nothing but it is simply related to the normal mathematical algebra, but we have a slight differences regarding the notations and the simplification process. So George Boole is the mathematician who developed this particular concept of Boolean algebra, and he described that the algebraic logic values will consist of only two. Okay, Boolean algebra is nothing but it is also called as a logical algebra, which consists of only two values. That is, one is true and second one is false. Okay, you can take this true as S also. Okay, true or S, false or no. Okay, only we are having two values, one is true and one is false. Based upon these two output values only, the operation is being analyzed and processed. Okay, next. So what is application? So generally we are using these Boolean algebra for the performing the logical operations in computer. Okay, so whenever you find one as an output, you consider it as true. Whenever you find zero as an output, you consider it as false. Okay, one is taken as true or yes or high. Okay, wherever you find the word true, yes, high, treat like one. Wherever you find the words low, false, no, you treat like zero. Okay, and the logical operations are these are three basic fundamental operations. One is and, or, and not. What is and? We call it as a conjunction, and we call or as disjunction, and we call not as negation. So these are three basic operations we perform in Boolean algebra. So when you find the AND operator, it is nothing but a multiplication operation between two inputs. Suppose if I have two inputs, I will have four combinations. Why? Because for n number of inputs, I will have 2 power n combinations. Okay. For n number of inputs, I will have 2 power n combinations. Suppose if I have two inputs, I will have 2 square 4 combinations. Okay. So I will have 4 combinations here. So what I am doing here, multiplication of all these. So you should start multiplication operation between these four combinations. So 0 into 0, you will get 0. 0 into 1, 0. 1 into 0, 0. 1 into 1, 1. So the AND operation in the sense it is nothing but it is performing multiplication operation. It is okay, it is operating on multiplication. Okay, please remember that AND means logical multiplication, very very important, and the symbol is dot. Okay, the symbol of AND is a small dot. Okay, next, what about the next one? OR operator. OR operator means addition. Previously it was multiplication, and now it is addition. Addition symbol is plus. So add this, 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. And where in the very very important case, in the Boolean algebra, when you add two ones, you will get answer as one only. But in binary addition, you will get sum 0 carry 1. Okay, you will get sum 0 with carry 1. This is the condition where you follow in binary addition. But I am saying about Boolean algebra. In Boolean algebra, 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 always. That you need to remember. Okay. Next, not operator. Already you know inverter means if you take input as 0, you will get output as 1. If you take input as 1, output as 0. Just a complement value. The symbol of complement is either you can take bar or you can take dash. Okay, x dash or x bar. You can take this. Next, so how to frame a truth table? So truth table is a table that contains all possible values of the logical variables in a Boolean expression, and each and every letter in the Boolean expression is called as a literal. Okay. Suppose if you have a function f is equal to xy plus z, x comma y comma z are your literals. Okay. X comma y comma z are your literals, and f is called as your function. Okay. Remember that f is called as function, and x, y, z are called as your literals. And the same I said For n number of literals, you will have 2 power n combinations. Okay. Next. So how to frame a truth table? Suppose if we have an expression like this, this expression consists of 3 input variables. What is that? X, Y, Z. So write them X, Y, Z. As we are having 3 input variables, how many combinations you will have? 2 power n. So means 2 power 3. You will have 8 combinations. So write those 8 combinations. Okay. How will write these combinations? 8 combinations means starting from 0 to ending from 7. First write their numbers. Starting from 0 to ending from 7. Ending for 7. Total 8 you will have. Convert these decimal numbers into binary format. Then you will get these combinations. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Like that you will get all this. Now what is the first input we are having? First term x into y. So multiply x into y and write the values here. And this xy is added with z. Okay, consider this xy as your a, z as b. So add these 2 columns, then you will get the original answer. So this column is the final answer of the given expression. So like this you need to frame the truth table. Okay, truth table always consists of input combinations plus output values. Okay, input combinations with output values. Okay, next. 2 important words, tautology and fallacy. So when the output expression or when output is leading to 1, then that is called as tautology. When the output of expression is leading to 0, it is called as fallacy. Please note these 2 important points. If the output of expression is always true, true in the sense 1, true, yes, 1, all are same, it is called tautology. False, no, 0, it is called fallacy. Okay. So how will you implement this Boolean algebra means in the form of a logical circuits? Okay. So logic gate is a basic digital circuit which is used for us to generate or design a digital circuit. Okay. So gate is a digital circuit which operates on one or more input signals and produces the respective output. Okay. The output of the gate will be either 0 or 1. Why? Because the algebra, Boolean algebra existing only on 2 conditions. One is 0 and one is 1. So definitely the logic gate outputs will be either 0 or 1. So as we are having 3 basic operations like and, or, not. So each and every operation is executed by separate gate. And operation we have and gate. Or operation we have or gate. Not operation we have not gate. So each and every operation is performed by its own separate gate. Okay, see this AND gate. This table we have seen previously, AND gate, AND operation table. So this is the symbol of AND gate. Okay, we are having 2 inputs A, B. So what is output? We are having A dot B. Okay, if dot mention or not mention, no problem. A, B is also treated as A dot B, no problem. So A into B is the answer. You will get the output. Okay. Okay, what is the significance here? The output of the gate will be 1 only when all the inputs are 1. Okay, your output of AND gate will be high only when all the inputs are high. Okay, next, what is about OR gate? See here, see, it is nothing but the operation of OR addition. Already we have seen this table previously. So this is the symbol of OR gate and output expression is A plus B. Okay, so how can you define the operation? The output of the OR gate will be 0 when all the inputs are 0. In rest of all cases, it will be 1. Like that, you can decide the operation. Okay. Next, NOT gate. This is a symbol of NOT gate, and the small bubble, it is the symbol of complement. Because of this bubble only, this A is being converted into A bar. Okay. So if we supply input as 0, you are getting 1 as output. If you are supplying 1 as input, you are getting 0 as output. That means you are getting the inverse operation. That's why it is called as inverter. Okay, which gate is called as inverter means NOT gate is called as an inverter. Why? Because the output of NOT gate is the complement of the input. That's why it is called as inverter. Okay, please note down the gate diagrams. AND gate symbol, OR gate symbol, not get symbol. Very, very, very important. Okay. Next. So in this Boolean algebra, we have some basic theorems and properties, and we will see what are the theorems we have having and the properties. Okay. So the first property is the duality theorem. So what is the duality theorem means? Wherever you find the AND operator, you replace with the OR operator. And wherever you find the OR operator, replace with AND. And wherever you find 0, replace with 1. And wherever you find 1, replace with 0. Okay. What is the operation you need to follow? Wherever you find AND operator. What is AND operator? Plus. So wherever you find plus, you replace with dot. What is dot? Sorry, excuse me. What is the symbol of AND? Dot. Symbol of AND is dot. And what is the symbol of what is the as per the rule? AND is to be replaced with OR. Next, if OR is given, replace with AND, just vice versa. And wherever you find 0, you replace with 1. And wherever you find 1, you replace with 0. These two steps are enough for you to find out the duality theorem. Suppose if you take this as your question, here dot I made as plus. I replaced dot with plus, and I replaced plus with dot. That's it. Whenever take the second expression, I replaced dot with plus, I replaced plus with dot, and I'm having 0, that 0 is replaced with 1. Simply you follow one step. Wherever you find the dot in the question, replace the dot with plus. Wherever you find the plus in the question, replace the plus with dot. Wherever you find the 0 in the question, replace with 1. Wherever you find a 1 in the question, replace with 0. Okay. The pink color lines, you just follow these. That's enough for you. Okay. The pink color points, what I have mentioned here, is important. AND with OR with AND, 0 with 1, and 1 with 0. That is your duality theorem. Okay. Next important thing is what is De Morgan's theorem. De Morgan's theorem states that whenever you are separating the whole complement, see, A plus B whole bar is there, and if I want to separate this complement for A, that means if I want to break the complement separately like A bar and B bar, then I should substitute the opposite operator here. What is the opposite operator? Dot. Okay. Remember that whenever you are breaking the complement individually, the change of the sign occurs. See, plus here the plus is being changed to dot. Likewise, this bar is separately given for A, separately given for B, and this dot is changed to plus, and this entire whole bar is separated for A and separated for B. That's what I am saying. Whenever you are breaking the complement, separately, obviously the sign will change. Okay, if plus is there, it will come as dot. If dot is there, it would come as plus. Okay, very, very important statements, these two. Okay, please remember. And the proof of these two you can have with an truth table. Okay, see, A into B whole bar equal to A bar plus B bar. A plus B whole bar equal to A bar dot B bar. So like that you can have an overlook here. Okay. Next. What is consensus theorem? As per this theorem, suppose if in a statement, if any term is existing in a way that all letters present in that term is existing previously. Let's see here. This is an example I have took here. If you take this term, this term consisting of the literals where this B is already repeated here, this C is already repeated here. That means the terms presenting in this the literals presenting in this third term are already involved in the previous terms. So you can eliminate this term. You can call this term as redundant term, and you can eliminate this and you can write this as your answer. Okay. See, the term BC is redundant. Why? Why? Because already B and C are existing in first and second terms. So again, no try to BC. So that is called your consensus theorem. A term which consists of repeated literals. See, B is repeating, C is repeating. Okay, then no need to write BC separately again. That is the theorem. Okay, next. Next will come with properties. So properties of zero in the sense when you add zero to any literal, okay, 0 plus A is equal to A plus 0 equal to A only. Okay, when a literal is added to 0, that literal will be the answer. Likewise, when you multiply any literal with 0, you will get answer as 0. Likewise, if you add 1 plus A or A plus 1, you will get 1 as your answer. If you multiply 1 with A or A with 1, you will get A as answer. Okay, these are the properties you should keep in mind. You should remember that. Okay, next. You know these laws same as the normal algebra. A plus B equal to B plus A into B equal to B into A. These are your commutative laws. A plus B plus C equal to A plus B plus C. It is an associative law. A into B into C equal to A into B into C. It is also an associative. This is the law regarding addition. This is the law regarding multiplication. Likewise, distributive law. A into B plus C equal to AB plus AC. A plus B into C equal to A plus B into A plus C. So we are familiar with these laws. So we can easily remember this. Next, very important thing, identity laws. A plus A is equal to A. A into A equal to A. Very, very important. These two these will help us to simplify an expression many times. Okay, we can come across these properties many times while simplification. Remember, when a literal is added to itself for n number of times, not only for 2 times, if you add 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, if you add the same literal n number of times, then also you will get answer as A. If you multiply the same literal n number of times, then also you will get answer as A. Very, very important properties. Next, absorption, which is called as redundancy law. A plus AB is equal to A, and A into A plus B is equal to A. You should remember this. A plus AB equal to A into A plus B equal to A. Suppose if you add complements in this, then it will become your it will become your adsorption. See here the small change. Previously you don't find here complement, and now we are finding here complement. A plus A bar B equal to A plus B. Previously A plus AB is equal to A. Okay, next A dot A plus A into A dot plus B. So see here, previously we don't find here complement, and now we are finding here complement. So you will get A into B. Okay, these two are very confusing for you. Please remember, this is absorption AB. Spelling see here AB, and this is adsorption AD. Okay, next, what is complementary laws? A literal with complement with whole complement. Okay, A complement whole complement equal to A only. Okay, any literal with dual complement will be A. Why? Because this complement will be cancelled. Likewise, A plus A bar equal to 1. Okay, a literal is added with its complement, you will get 1 as the answer. And a literal, when multiplied with its complement, you will get 0 as the answer. These are your complement laws. Why? Because we are using the complements, especially complements. Okay, so these are the important laws and theorems regarding Boolean algebra. Okay, next, one important topic is M notations. So what is M notation? You are finding these M notations regarding SOP and POS concepts. Okay, clear? So we will discuss the same concept in the case of representation of the switching functions. So each and every term present in the SOP, canonical SOP, not normal SOP, each and every individual term present in canonical SOP is called as min term. Likewise, each and every individual term present in canonical POS is called as max term. Min term symbol is small m, max term symbol is capital M. Okay. See, what are the assumptions you need to make here when you are dealing with SOP? When you are dealing with SOP, the assumptions are made as any literal with complementary form. Any literal with complementary form is taken as 0, and any literal in normal form is taken as 1. So by using these assumptions, we can fill these columns. Okay. Why? Because these are your product terms. Always the SOP consists of product terms, and always POS consist of some terms. Like that, we can write these values. Okay. What is POS assumptions? Reverse of this. A bar is taken as 1. A bar is taken as 1, and A is taken as 0. So this is the assumptions of POS. So by using these assumptions, you can make these 4 answers. Okay. Next. So this is the previous one is nothing but it is an 2 input variables. Now it is 3 input variables. The same concept. 0 0 0 means x bar, y bar, z bar. It is SOP. X plus y plus z, it is POS. Like that we can convert these numbers. Okay. And remember that always min term and max term will be complement to each other. Okay. Small m will be equal to capital M bar. Capital M will be is equal to small m bar. Always max term is the complement of min term, as well as min term is the complement of max term. Okay. So if you see here clearly, so how to write the answer for this? See, we are having x, y bar, z bar. So min term means it is SOP. So you should remember these considerations. So by using this, a literal without complement is taken as 1. That's why I took x as 1. Here complement is there, so y as 0. Here complement is there, z as 0. So the answer for 100 is 4. Therefore, M4 is the answer. Small m4. Like that, same concept. Unless by using this, we cannot write down these values. So first of all, you should know the consideration of POS. If bar is there, it is taken as 1, otherwise 0. So bar is there, that's why take 1, rest of all 0. 0, 0, 1 answer is 1. So the answer will be capital M1. Why capital M1? It is max term. Okay. Next. So we have the summary points what I have said previously for you. Min terms, max terms, and these are the assumptions. Okay. For min term assumptions, see 1 is taken as non-complemented. 0 is taken as complemented variable. For max terms, the reverse of this. Okay. So if you see here, this is the problem related to the M notation. So as the given question is SOP form, write SOP form. SOP means you should concentrate only on the ones, focus on the 1 entries, don't focus on zeros. So what, convert your value of 1 in terms of min term by using the assumptions, you will get this 3 terms. And right here M1, M6, M7. Why? Because these 3 min terms only having the outputs as 1. And what is the shortest form of SOP? Summation M. So summation M of 1, 6, 7. And write the answers like this. Okay. So this is one more example. So in this, I totally explained one SOP. That means only focusing on the ones. And this is the concept of POS. Only focusing on zeros. Okay. So the SOP assumptions are, see, you can take it as summation M of 0, 3, 4, 6, 7. And you can take it as pi capital M. It is the representation of POS. Okay. So these are the basic and the main important definitions which you need to note down, okay, for future purpose. Okay, what is literal and what is correct term, what is sum term, what is SOP, and what is POS. So these are the very, very important definitions which help you definitely in the exam point of view. Okay, next, these are your practice problems you can practice. Okay, and the last topic of today's session, algebraic simplification. So already I said that the properties and theorems, right? So with the help of those properties and theorems, now we are going to reduce the size of expression. What is the necessity of reduction? Why? Because until unless you reduce the expression, you cannot achieve the uh, accuracy of the output, and you cannot reduce the cost of the circuit. Like that, you have some more advantages when you have less number of terms in your Boolean expression. Okay, so see here the first question. The ABC is common here, so take ABD common and you will get C plus 1. Already you have a property like A plus 1 is equal to 1, likewise C plus 1 is equal to 1, so you will get ABD. So this entire two terms has been reduced to a single term. Okay, now see here, from the first two terms, take XY as common, you will get 1 plus Z, and copy the remaining two as it is. 1 plus Z, 1 plus Z or Z plus 1 is equal to 1 only. So XY as it is. Next, these two terms will come as it is. Now from these two terms, take XY as common, you will get 1 plus Z bar. Consider this entire Z bar as A. 1 plus A is equal to 1 only. So remember that 1 plus anything will be 1 only answer. So you will get 1 same. And take Y as common from these two. You will get X plus X bar Z. How it is looking like? A plus A bar B. So you will get X plus Y as the answer. So you will get Y into X plus Z. So the entire expression with very lengthy 4 terms are there. We simply converted into a 3-literal expression. Okay. Next, and these will be some problematic questions given for you. So simplify the following expression using Boolean algebra. So by seeing that clearly, it is an SOP expression. Okay, it is an SOP expression. So SOP means obviously, so summation M will be the SOP. When you have pi capital M, take it as POS. So as per the question, it is the thing involvement of M1 plus M3 plus M5 plus M7. Write the statement expanded form. And you know what is M1? Yeah, 1 in the sense, write in terms of binary 0, 0, 1. 3 in the sense 0, 1, 1. 5 in the sense 1, 0, 1. 7 in the sense 1, 1. Write down the index values. You call this as index. This one as index. This is index. This is index. Write the index values into binary form and convert them into expression. Okay, SOP means 0 means bar. So 0 in terms of A is A bar, 0 in terms of B is B bar, 0 in terms of 1 is C. So 1 in terms of C is C. So what you should write? Take the first bit as A, second bit as B, and third bit as C. Now start writing. 0 in terms of A is A bar, 0 in terms of B is B bar, 1 in terms of C is C. That is the min. Same here also. Take it as A, this is B, and this is C. So what you will get? A bar, B, C. Like that, you write all these 4 terms and write this expression combined. Now you frame this expression. Okay, you are not simplifying, just out you framed it. You converted this M notation form into an expression form. That's it. You converted the given question which is in M notation form into expression form. Now take this as a question and apply properties and then simplify. Okay, now simplify the obtained expression. What is obtained expression? This one. Take A bar C from the first two common, you will get B plus B bar. A plus A bar is equal to 1. Like that, B plus B bar is also 1. And take AC from these two terms, you will get again the same. So this is 1, this is 1. So you will get A bar C plus AC. Take again C as common, A plus A bar. You will get 1 again. A plus A bar equal to 1. So the simple one, you got Y equal to C. Okay, this entire, the biggest expression with 4 terms is simply reduced to 1 literal C. So that is the specialty of properties where you can suddenly reduce your expression so that it will be very easy for designing the circuits. Okay, so you can practice them these 3 questions. Thank you. Have a nice day.